Kareem, you've had more practice probably than just about anybody out here. How tough is it when anybody goes down to, especially one of your top guys, right in the middle of a team period?
Uh, it's always tough. Anytime, like you said, anytime you lose anybody that's a part of the team, but definitely a guy like Tim. He's been a worker for that side of the ball for some years now. The things he's done these last few years, and then obviously earning a payday last year, rightfully so, very deserving. It's tough, like I said, we can't replace, a guy like that when stuff like that happens. Obviously, we're not really sure what, the magnitude of his injury. Hopefully, it's not anything serious and that, a couple of weeks and some time, rehabbing and healing, he'll be back with us this year. But, you know, um, it's definitely tough.
In general, how crazy is just the psychology of it? I mean, Coach Hackett even admitted I was ready to flip the drill and keep it going until he realized everybody ran over there. But when a guy goes down, it's like, nope, we've got to keep practicing because you only get so much time out on the practice field.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the sucky part about this this business. Obviously in the middle of practice like that, a guy go down and they have to kind of move it down or switch to an opposite field and continue to get to work. At the same time, guys, it's kind of in the back of your mind, just kind of wondering, what exactly is wrong. But I mean, we definitely will be praying for him. Hopefully, it's nothing serious, like I said. But I mean, just what comes with the job. Ton of respect. I think it kind of showed with all the guys, kind of huddling around him. Like I said, usually coaches usually flip it around and keep going. I think him going down, I think that's the longest I've ever seen, a practice, be held. Just for guys to kind of show, their support. I mean, Tim is a big part of this team, big part of our offense. I mean, I tell him all the time, he's the heart and soul of that group, that receiver room. But I mean, it's definitely tough. I mean, we'll try to rally behind him as much as we can, show as much support as we can, and hope for the best. Um, yeah, Pat is having a great camp, this far. Um, I think just him, just recognizing things a lot more, receiver splits, just recognizing the different routes he'll get from the splits and the stems and things like that from receivers, and also formation, recognition and things like that. I mean, he's been working since day one. He's been getting better, each and every day. So for me, I'm always excited to come in and just see what step he'll take next. Never disappoints with that. So it's definitely it's a privilege to have a guy like that, out at corner because as a safety, you don't really have to worry about him much. He's been great.
With K'Wan Williams banged up, we've got to see Isang Bassi in the slot. It's a guy that's also coming off a pretty bad injury from a couple years ago. What do you see in him?
Before the knee injury, Isang had played some good ball for us. I recall him starting a couple of games in the slot and making some plays. So he definitely has. He's capable of playing at a high level in the slot. I think he's great with his communication. He plays great with his leverage. Just realizing where his help is, and he does a lot of great things in there. He's a tough player. He'll go in, he'll tackle. With K1 being out, he's stepping in and doing things at the same level as K1 is just because he has a ton of experience at that spot in that position. So it's always great to have guys that can kind of step in after your number one guy and there's not be any drop off. So with Isang out there, we definitely don't have any worries as well.
How do you think you guys are doing against Russell in the one so far?
I think we're doing pretty good. I mean, anytime you get a chance to see a guy like that every day is a luxury for us as a secondary. So getting a chance to go against him, definitely making us better. For us, it's all about our communication, making sure we're on the same page. Just realizing the different things that they're throwing at us, and other things just have to react to. But I think for us, if we're all on the same page, before the ball snaps, I think we have a pretty good chance of being successful against anybody.
When you get him scrambling, is that a win for you guys?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously out here, I think so. But I mean, that's what Russ does. I mean, he makes a ton of plays on the run. All scheduled plays. And we'll see that a lot throughout the season with some of the quarterbacks that we'll play against. So with it'll help us out in that aspect as well. So once he starts to run around, we just have to continue to play, even if it is out here in practice. Obviously, the rush and those things won't come into play, but it's definitely helping us out. You said Justin? Who is that? Oh, but I mean, obviously, just playing with Justin 4 years now. It's kind of like, we're both thinking the same thing. Anytime you can kind of build a relationship with a guy like that, a player like that, where you guys don't really have to say much and you kind of thinking the same thing, you're seeing things through the same set of eyes, getting guys lined up and getting them in the right situation, for us to be successful, it's always great. In this particular scheme, we're kind of seen as the quarterback. So to have two guys that can quarterback it and see everything and be on the same page and think the same things, it's great for us. So it's definitely been a luxury for me to have him, alongside me. And also for me to kind of learn from him. It's just my 4th year playing safety, so obviously he's been playing safety a lot longer than me. So I still learn some things from him, and we kind of bounce things off each other, ideas and stuff we may see. So it's been great.
Where do you come down on Coach Hackett dialing it back every third day?
I love it. I mean, like me, it's my 13th camp, so dialing it back every third day. He can dial it back every second day if he wants. I won't argue with him at all. So, but I think it's great. It's all in the name of us getting to the season healthy. Obviously we had a couple of guys go down today, but it's just all in the name of us being healthy, and the days that we do go, we make sure we're going all out. But as a team, I don't think we can be successful if we're not healthy. So
How much work do you? Oh.
You've been on your share of playoff teams. What can you kind of tell the teams that make it there?
I think you can see it as early as camp. But still won't know until you get into the season and start to play some real games. Obviously right now we're just running around, even though we're in shells. Full class, we're still not tackling or anything like that. But we can kind of see a little flashes of it here and there in camp. On paper, I think we got what it takes. It's all up to us to come in and day out and put the work in. I think we got a good group of leaders mixed with a young core of guys and guys that's been playing for a while. So I think we have the right guys in the locker room. We just got to be willing to come out, each and every day and put that work in and be consistent about what we do in order for us to be successful to make that playoff run.